Why do we stay in relationships that don't make us happy? Seriously, are we so bored we're volunteering for emotional community service? Are we collecting red flags like they're loyalty points for free coffee? Let's talk about it. First, let's admit it. We've all been there. Sitting across from someone, wondering, why am I still doing this? Maybe it's because they were charming 6 months ago when they still cared about showering. Maybe it's because we've convinced ourselves that love is supposed to be hard, like assembling IKEA furniture without the instructions. But here's a secret. Love isn't supposed to be a slow, soul-crushing grind. That's not love. That's a bad internship. So why do we stay? Because we're scared. Scared to leave, scared to start over, scared to admit we've wasted time. But let me flip the script for you. Staying in a dead-end relationship isn't saving time. It's wasting more of it. It's like driving in circles, hoping the gas station magically appears. It won't. You're just running out of fuel. Then there's the classic excuse. Oh, but I've already invested so much. Really? If you dropped $500 on a terrible online course that promised to make you a millionaire and it didn't, would you keep giving them money? No. You'd cut your losses and move on. Relationships work the same way. It's not quitting. It's prioritizing your sanity. And let's address the delusion of change. They'll grow out of it, we say, as they continue to ghost us emotionally while being fully present for their gaming console. People don't change just because you wish they would. If you're dating potential, you're dating a fantasy. And if their improvement plan involves doing the bare minimum once every 6 months, it's time to show them the door. Here's the truth we don't like to admit. We're afraid to be alone. Society sells us this idea that being single is like wearing a neon sign that says, "Something's wrong with me." But you know what's worse? Staying in a relationship that feels like slow emotional decay, just so you can update your couple's photo on Instagram. Being alone isn't failure, it's freedom. It's realizing you don't have to tolerate someone who doesn't appreciate you just because you're scared of eating dinner solo. Guess what? Dinner for one means you get all the fries, and no one will judge you for eating dessert first. Love isn't about suffering for the sake of connection. It's not about being someone's emotional punching bag, their unpaid therapist, or their backup plan. Love is about two whole people showing up and building something amazing together. Not one person dragging the other across the finish line of basic decency. So, here's the bottom line. If your relationship doesn't bring you joy, growth, or at least a reason to look forward to your days, stop dragging it out. Be bold, say goodbye, because the person who truly deserves you is out there waiting. Probably wondering why they keep swiping past people holding fish in their dating profiles. Life's too short for mediocre relationships. Stop settling for someone who barely notices you. Find someone who looks at you like you're magic. And if they're not out there yet, guess what? You've got yourself, and that's already one hell of a catch. Now go. Break the cycle. Choose happiness. And for the love of everything, stop collecting red flags. They're not souvenirs. They're warnings.